Hello, Gemini. Welcome to your reading for the next 48 hours. Today we're going to open up the energy of the reading with the Owl Spirit. And it says, you see clearly now. Okay. So is there something that seems cloudy? Is there something that seems like there's either misunderstanding, or there is some interference, or there's some sort of static, some sort of noise that we're trying to sort of see through or hear through? You see clearly now. Let's find out what's going on. We're going to use the Rider-Waite-Smith. And we've got first the World. Very nice. You have a 3 of Wands. You have a 2 of Wands. A Knight of Swords. 6 of Pentacles. And a 2 of Swords. Peace of mind. Right? This is also clear sight. This is intuition. Okay, this is that we have clear choices now. We have a clear way forward. I feel like there's a breakthrough coming here for you. I feel like this is a big accomplishment, a big completion or fulfillment that's taking place. Let's keep going here. We have the Judgment card. Yeah, there's the breakthrough card. That's the spiritual alarm clock, right? We have a Knight of Cups. We have an 8 of Pentacles and a Knight of Pentacles. Yes, very good here with the... Now, I feel like both of these Knights are looking into the future, right? Because I feel like there is an open doorway. I feel like you're getting that breakthrough. I feel like whatever obstacle you've been dealing with is gone. I feel like whatever delay was is over. Whatever's been holding you back from that future now is like... Now the path is clear. Like the way is paved for you. I feel like you're able to now see clearly the path toward your future. Yeah. Let's select our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set it down right here with our little sea turtle friend right there on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end. It will tie everything together, and it will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any moment during this message you feel like you might know what that card is, put your prediction in the comments down beneath the video. Now, let's look around the room here. We see major, two majors. You've got fire and fire. We've got just a little bit of water here. We've got air and air. And then we have earth, earth, earth. Yeah. So it's fairly balanced. Okay. Fairly balanced. But there is an abundance of earth energy, and even the World, of course, is an earthy kind of card. I feel like in a very concrete and real way, there is a completion happening. There is some sort of fulfillment that's going to close out a cycle of your life. I feel like with a lot of celebration, a lot of grace. I feel like you're reaching a place of perhaps like deeper integration, deeper understanding. Okay, this may be a period of time for celebration, to celebrate an achievement before moving ahead. Okay, I feel like this may be, maybe that you are reaching a very significant goal. And it may be that you're getting that breakthrough now that's going to allow you to get this accomplishment. This is sometimes the card of like the bigger picture. Okay. This is sometimes a card even of boundaries and obstacles being removed from your path. So it may be that breakthrough that we are looking for so that we can continue moving forward toward our best life, toward our future. Okay. This is a card of wholeness. This is a card of gratitude. It could even be a card that's saying like, there's like a new horizon for you. Okay. I do feel like there's a significant breakthrough coming. And I feel like it's going to, maybe it's going to allow you to see that all of your efforts are really paying off. We have a 3 of Wands here, right? 3 of Wands is momentum building up. The things that you're doing are starting to show results. This is you expecting to see some progress, and, well, now you're seeing it. I feel like you're standing on a ledge, on a cliff, on a plateau, overlooking your life and thinking, it's working, you know. Things are going the way they're supposed to be going. This is growth that's really now observable. And I think it is through your patience and your consistent action that's allowing this breakthrough to happen. This is, again, kind of like the horizon is widening. Obstacles feel like they're not so challenging anymore. You know, there's new pathways that are opening. There is a lot of room for advancement. You know, it seems like now the way is not so rocky. The way is paved. Okay. So stay alert, stay optimistic. You will find, I think, 2 days, you will find signs of advancement. You will notice that expansion now is becoming more steady and easier because the obstacle is gone. So there is some kind of a breakthrough coming for you. In the next 2 days, that's going to pave the way for that bigger picture success in your life. All right? Not only do we have a 2, we also have a 3 of Not only do we have a 3, we also have a 2 of Wands, and that is this, again, more expansive energy. It's also the card of planning and having that vision of the future. So I feel like you kind of, you're looking at the world. This figure has the world in their hand and is looking at that bigger picture, is looking at the sort of scale model of their life, of what they're trying to build. And I feel that whatever has been preventing you from realizing that vision of the world, that's the breakthrough, that's the blockage, that's the obstacle or the restriction or the boundary that is being removed from your life. Okay. This is a card of, kind of standing between comfort and possibility, deciding which road to take. Maybe you made the choice in your life already that you're going to take the more difficult road that's going to lead to that bigger goal, that bigger picture success, that really huge achievement, rather than playing it safe and just going after the sort of low-hanging fruit. I feel like your bold choices in life, your confidence, is creating opportunities for you. And this confidence, I feel like, comes from clarity. I feel like you're somebody who can map your goals, before moving forward. And I feel like you tend to not take a step until you can sort of see the pathway. So for some of you, it might be that there's been a little bit of a fog, and you've been needing clarity so that you can make the right decisions. You're not just going to make decisions just to make decisions. I feel like you're waiting for some sort of like precision, You're thinking long term with intention rather than just being impulsive or being hasty in the moment. Okay. So I feel like you've set your direction, you've prepared, and I think whatever blockage or limitation has been in your way is being cleared. I feel that this is the breakthrough that you've been waiting for. I feel like it really is time for you now to sort of rise into this success. It's time for you to rise into this. This 6 of Pentacles is success, literally the card of success. So I feel like this is the breakthrough. I feel like any kind of boundary or limitation or roadblock or obstacle is being lifted. Your choices will become very clear. We have a Knight of Swords, okay? And sometimes the Knight of Swords is us moving forward very quickly with something, okay? And it may even be that, this is an energy of rushing into something without a full plan yet, okay? So it may be that this is how things started for you. It may be that you did sort of leap into something And then there's been a little bit of a delay or a little bit of confusion or a little bit now of like scratching our head trying to figure things out because we didn't have the full plan ahead of time. Okay. But this is now a lot of quick developments, a lot of urgent choices that need to be made. Okay. I feel like you have a passion for progress here, but you also have the ability to slow down and have forethought. So it's kind of like saying, let's not be hasty and let's not rush into every decision. Let's not feel like we have to do that. Okay, let's slow down and think it through. Okay, let's listen, let's think, let's consider before acting. Any kind of rash words or actions right now might cause too much friction. Okay, you're directing this fire energy toward your meaningful goals. And I think that we're able to hold the horse back a little bit and not feel as if we have to decide something just to decide. It's almost like there's pressure. And maybe you're putting pressure on yourself that's saying, I better hurry up and pick something. No, you don't have to hurry. I think that breakthrough in clarity, that breakthrough in like a realization, I think that's happening. Maybe the mystery card's going to be a tower, you know. I think that there is perhaps a very significant choice on the table for you. And this card is telling you, don't just rush into a decision just to make a decision. You know, it's better to go forward now with the right kind of a plan and with a very confident decision than to rush forward with kind of a half-baked idea. Okay. Now, the Six of Pentacles is the success that you're after. And this is success after worry, for one thing. It's also the balance between giving and receiving. It is generosity. It's a fair exchange. I feel like this is the success that you would expect to see in the work that you've been doing. It seems like there's a fairness here. Okay, but it's also a card that's saying, look, if you share what you've earned and what you've accomplished, and share your resources and share what you have, those returns are going to be multiplied later. Okay, there's a feeling of reciprocity here. There's a sense also of teamwork where everybody is contributing something. But in a very real way, this is somebody that feels like they are a success. This is somebody that feels like they've earned their prosperity, that they have this harvest, they have all this abundance, and it feels good to be in this. It's almost a winner's circle kind of thing. This is somebody that feels like they deserve to be where they are, they've earned it, they've worked hard for it, and it feels good to be successful at whatever you're doing. This isn't just about money, but feeling as if you have created a successful, I don't know, business or life or relationship or even a family, or this is you've created a successful holiday party or a family gathering or something, you know what I mean? That you've put together something and it's working. And so that feels good. Maybe this is you trying to organize a family reunion or a potluck or something, you know. But it feels like you've succeeded at putting something together and it is a success and you feel like a success. There's this idea of sharing, though, as well. So I feel like maybe it is either a team thing, it's a group, it's a company, it's coworkers, it could be family and friends, you know. I feel like this is exactly what you want. This is what you're hoping for. That's why it's up here at the top of the path of the dove. We are looking for this experience, which implies that right now we feel like there's something blocking us from getting that sort of success. I feel like that's the breakthrough that you're going to experience, whatever the clarity is that you need right now. Okay, we're talking about this Two of Swords here. And the Two of Swords is kind of like, the need for a decision. There's some kind of uncertainty. Feels like maybe there are more than one path that might be kind of vying for your attention, okay? There may be a hesitation right now. There may be some indecision. And right now, we need that kind of clarity. The Knight of Swords, we don't want to rush into a decision just to make one. We can have patience, but we also don't want to avoid the big choice that's sort of on the table right now. And I think what you're waiting for is that breakthrough of clarity or enlightenment so that you feel comfortable and confident making the choice that you need to make. So you may be looking inward for the answer. We may be waiting for a sign. We may be kind of in need of a mental breakthrough. This is also a card that's talking about the balance between logic and intuition. Okay, so this, for the next 48 hours, don't look at it as a math problem. Don't look at it as purely chance or luck or intuition, but use one to sort of validate the other, okay? And most of all, be at peace. Know that the answer will come to you when you need it. Don't put too much pressure on yourself, okay? The breakthrough is going to happen next 48 hours, okay? And then it's really time for you to rise, right? Look at this Judgment card. You are rising. You will see clearly now, and you will rise. It is time to rise. Yeah. I want to do one thing before we talk about that card. I want to do a manifestation oracle card. This is Answers Revealed. Sitting quietly with Spirit helps you find the wisdom you need. Spirit speaks in silence. Yeah. Spirit speaks in silence. So that Two of Swords kind of like saying we want to think about it till we can't think about it anymore, and then we stay quiet, and the answer will come to us in that intuition. Okay, then the answer will rise from within. So I feel like it is kind of it's almost like, I think it's like a mental or it's like a spiritual breakthrough that you're in need of, that you've been waiting for that. It's, the dawning of the light, the sudden appearance of clarity, okay? The light in the darkness kind of thing. But we've got our Judgment card. This is a card of reflection and renewal, okay? This is where your past actions and choices, everything kind of comes full circle. This is the moment of truth, perhaps, right? This is a doorway. It is a divine doorway. You're stepping into a new life here. It's a definite decision that needs to be made. Okay? Something is urging you toward your purpose, toward either your new life or new purpose or the next chapter. And we're looking for that breakthrough. We need that sort of answer, that clarity or that certainty or that spark of inspiration, so that we can make this decision and we can cross over the threshold, and so that we can rise, to the next level. I feel like this is I feel like we're kind of going through the ceiling here. I feel like this is going to be like breaking through a ceiling to a higher level of something for you. Okay? Whether it's business or in your relationships or in your spiritual practice or whatever it is, in your creativity, taking things to the next level. And there's something that's urging you forward here, but I feel like that Two of Swords is saying there's a decision, there's something blocking our path right now. And of course remember the World card is your bigger picture. This is that vision that you have of what what the next level really is going to look like. And there's no limit. There's no limit to how far you can go or how big this can be. And so your Three of Wands here is looking at the horizon and thinking, it's infinite. It is an infinite horizon. And you're looking at this world and you're thinking, it's going to be as big as you make it. If this is your finances, there's no limit to how much money you can make. If maybe this is about travel, maybe this is about building up your family or building up your relationship or anything. And there really is no limit. But right now we feel that mentally, at least, there's some kind of blockage. But the Judgment card to me feels like that spiritual alarm clock is kind of going off that says we've got to do something now. That this moment is coming, this moment is happening now. The Knight of Cups is a card of following your heart, but doing so in a very practical way. We don't want to get swept away by our emotions, but we want to feel our way forward. I think it's very good that you have both the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles. Because the Knight of Cups is saying that your heart really is urging you forward in some way. And it may be romance, this may be creativity. There's a hopeful energy here with this card. This is inspiration coming to you. This is maybe the invitation or some sort of renewed motivation. Okay, and maybe that's the breakthrough that you've been waiting for. You're waiting for your heart to kind of like wanna be in it again. You're waiting for your heart to feel inspired or renewed. Yeah, this could be what we're looking for. Follow your ideals. Stay aware of reality. Okay, let your emotion guide you, but not overwhelm your choices. Your heart's going to help you make that decision. And this to me feels like we're free now to pursue our holy grail. It's like we're back on the quest. And maybe this is the breakthrough about like what your quest even should be right now. What the next chapter should be. That Judgment card showing maybe a rite of passage. For some of you, it's going to be the past has ended. So what am I doing next? One phase of your life is over, and it's just like you're waiting for that breakthrough. Like, what's the next piece of art that I'm going to create? What's the next chapter I'm going to write? What's the next, journey or quest that I'm going to embark upon? And so you're looking for that path that has heart. You're looking to take an emotional risk. You're looking for, the quest for the Holy Grail. You're looking for the pursuit of meaning and beauty, right, and purpose. I feel like that's part of the breakthrough that you're getting too. And of course, with the Eight of Pentacles, it is a sort of refinement. Okay, it's this kind of, maybe in some ways, for some of you, this is going to be the card you don't want. And that's kind of the Groundhog's Day kind of thing. So the breakthrough that we're looking for might just be like, I've been doing the same thing for so long, I'm kind of looking for something different. Okay? But I also think for a lot of you, this is what's creating the breakthrough, is that you have been doing your work, whatever your work is in life. Maybe you're retired, maybe you're in school, it doesn't matter. You've been doing your work for so long, day in, day out, really consistently refining what you've been doing with this Eight of Pentacles, right? This is what's creating the breakthrough, is that you've been working so steadily, it's been building up force. There's been a dedication, there's been a repetition. This is a kind of craftsmanship. Okay? You've been working on your skills, you've been developing, you've been improving yourself or your work through practice. You've been focusing on the small details. You've been building excellence, into your practice. You've been working steadily toward mastery. And it's kind of like you don't know how many times you have to make the same pentacle before you get the breakthrough. For some of you, this is going to be like you've been working very hard at something and you're waiting for that moment where things really start to take off and you start to feel like a success. If this is your business or your YouTube channel or your art or your music, you're waiting for that big break. But you've been working at it for a long, long time. And that breakthrough is going to happen. For some of you, this is like you're in a band, you're a musician, and you've been paying your dues. Your breakthrough's here. That's going to kind of catapult you into feeling like you're a success now, finally, you know. I think that you're already more successful than you realize. But to be launched into this feeling, and maybe that is part of this judgment or this wake up or this, you know, time to rise kind of energy. This taking things to the next level, maybe going from amateur to professional. Maybe from like, I'm doing it as a hobby, I'm doing it as a commitment, I'm doing it as a craft. And then that breakthrough is like, now you're doing it as a profession. Okay. Now you're doing it as a master and you're getting treated like a master. So I think the Eight of Pentacles is really a very good card because it's showing that your discipline has been there. And that's what's created the breakthrough. Okay. So I hope that makes sense, and I hope that you're able to apply that to your life. And so it's kind of like an overnight change. It's a threshold, it's a doorway that you're going through that's been building up for all the years that you've been working hard at something. That you've been sort of developing yourself or your craft or your skill or your art or whatever it is, slowly building it up through that repetitive practice. And now, this is when it really hits, okay? This is a blessing. This is great. The Knight of Pentacles is kind of, you know, it's really showing the same thing because this is very consistent, slow, methodical energy. Gradually over time, you've been making progress, one pentacle at a time, and you've just kind of been practicing and refining and honing your skills, honing your craft for a long time. It's been steady effort. This is the overnight change that has taken years to develop. And then the change, though, feels like it's happened. It feels like it happens overnight. Because basically, one moment you're on this side of the doorway, the next moment you're on the other side of the doorway. But you've been walking towards that door for a long time. So it may appear to everybody else like an overnight success, you know? It's not an overnight success. It's a success that's been building up for a long time for you, okay? The Knight of Pentacles, you know, is the steady effort. It's not about speed or force, it's about the routine. It's about the discipline. It's about the reliability. And now I think it's you've created the doorway and you have matched the energy where you can walk right through it. So yeah, it's a breakthrough, but I feel like you're not breaking through anything. You know, you don't have to break it. The door's opening for you. You see? I feel like it's a overnight success. And this is the season for you. And I think in the next 48 hours, you're going to feel that. The next 48 hours, you're going to get some sort of message or clarity or some decision's going to be presented to you, some big opportunity. That's going to make it feel like one day you're on the other side of the doorway, suddenly now you're over here. Okay? So be on the lookout for that. Let's look at the mystery card. What is this going to be? Well, this could be a tower. This could be another 6. Could be a 10, 9, or a 10 of Pentacles, I think would be pretty appropriate. If you have a prediction, please put it in the comments. Let's see. The Hanged Man, the reward for all of your sacrifice, all of the suffering, all of the blood, sweat, and tears that you've poured into this. It's all coming back. It's all being returned to you, you know. I feel like this is this is it. This is the blessing, you know. This is the confirmation in this card that's saying, yeah, you've been paying your dues. You've been putting in work for a long, long time. Now it's time to reap the rewards. Now it's time for that breakthrough to happen, yeah. I feel like all the suffering and sacrifices that you've made are now proving to be worth it. I feel like life is going to get a lot easier on the other side of the doorway, probably busier, but you're in that successful energy. You're achieving what you want, and there's no limit. The World card, right? There's no boundaries here. It's an unlimited possibility for success for you. And I think this is all the time that you've spent kind of, saying, no, I can't go out and play. I got to do my homework. I got to study. I got to work hard. I got to do this. I can't go out and have fun. I got to do this. Okay. So it is that patience, that commitment, and it is that sacrifice that's created this doorway of opportunity. And you go through it. You've earned the breakthrough. It's time for you to rise up to the next level now. Right? And it's time for us to do the extended reading. If you want to stick around, there is a join button right there. We're going to do an I Ching hexagram. We're going to do oracle cards. We will clarify love and money. And we'll spin the yes/no coin. All right. Gemini, I thank you. I love you. And we're all in this together.